in a one-ton Ford, in a cloud of dust, down a gravel road, headed straight for us. We're by the home corral in the morning sun. Well, I'll be in love before the day is done. 'Cause stepping down that rail in her tight blue jeans, a silver custom-built hat, and her well-worn chinks, she throws a gate out wide on a feather light, brings her own horse down and pulls the cinch up tight, and she can rope and ride a little better than me. She sure is a sight for a cowboy to see, and she don't come down till the hard work's through. But take it from me, don't ask to see the buckaroo tattoo.
Well, every cowboy hat pointed due north, like a compass to a magnet. She stood out like a Miley Cyrus video on a rerun show of Dragnet. The East Fork branding pin had seen it all, from high school kids to wannabes, from dudes to jocks to real good hands. But by my guess, she was none of these. Her hair was big and blonde and piled real high, and we all smelled her arrive. The telltale fragrance of eau de calf scours was masked by Chanel No. 5. Her designer jeans were painted on tight. They were steam pressed, dry cleaned, and new, and her gaping blouse showed her black camisole, and a couple of other things too. Her fishing lure earrings glimmered and shone like the bling belt about her waist, and her hand-stitched honky-tonk cowboy boots showed the utmost in style and taste. Her berry lip gloss glimmered and sparkled, and her makeup was ample and thick, as if applied with a cement trowel and put on in the dark really quick. Her plastic manufactured fingernails were the kind a badger would covet. I swear she could debark a tree with those things in ways bears would have none of it.
Well, she's a daddy's girl. She really don't care that he's an oil tycoon, multi-billionaire, 'cause she'll be right on time when it's time to brand, or when it's time to prove that a girl can make a good hand. She'd never give her heart to some rodeo wrangler or the college boys that keep trying to change her, 'cause she's in love with her horse and her cow dog too. And take it from me, don't ask to see the buckaroo tattoo.
But give credit where credit is due, boys. She jumped right in and started to wrestle. She sure garnered a lot of attention, like holes in a seagoing vessel. And after working a while, she plumb heated up. You know, like a tractor after starting her? Well, then she shed her top, and all the schoolboys fought over who would get to be her partner. Well, she grappled and wallowed and worked those calves like a drover, with her intimate apparel appearing every time she bent over. I swear she had dirt where no dirt had been, and gravel in places unseen. The vista at times was embarrassing, and at one point came close to obscene. But she toughed it out to the end of the day, through the mud and the blood and the beer. And once word gets out through the coffee shop, we'll have plenty of help next year.
Really don't know where gotta be there.
Tell me where, Brenn.
Around the back of something.
Oh, yeah.
Around the side of something else somewhere.
You don't.
Some say it's a rumor, but I'm betting it's true. Take it from me, don't ask to see the buckaroo tattoo. Didn't hear it from me, don't ask to see the buckaroo tattoo.
Mama. And she says, well, he's on the road a lot, you know. He hangs out with Brenn a little too much. And when he is home, he's out with his horses, and she starts to get a little weepy. And she starts to cry. And I don't know what to do when that happens. Do you know what to do when that happens?
I have no idea.
Gentlemen, do you know what to do with that when that happens? No, you do not. So I just kind of looked at the therapist and I went, and he rolled his eyes in the back of his head, and he gets up out of his chair, and he walks around to the front of the desk, and he coaxes her up out of the chair, and he gently hugs her. Then he caresses her hair. Then he gives her a deep, passionate kiss. And I says, what the heck is that? He says, that is exactly what she needs at least 3 times a week. I says, well, okay, I can drop her off on Mondays and Wednesdays. But I rope on Fridays. Why don't you sing that love song you wrote for Selena?
Okay, I will.
All right.
I don't do the dishes, and I don't mow the lawn. I don't do laundry, and I sleep in too long every day. And I'm a little clumsy, but what can I say? Yeah. She loves me anyway.
Well, life is rough and times are tough. Trying to make a living off the land, as hard as we try, we barely squeak by. It don't pay much being a ranch hand. But we love this life, me and my wife, so we do without most of the time. We tighten our cinch and pennies we pinch. Heck, we can't even afford to turn on a dime. So Mama and me, we both agreed to do the best with what we have. We'd have to make do with an old tractor or two and take turns when it come time to calve. But haying was hard. I'd come to the yard many times throughout the work day just to fix or repair a break or a tear that I should have fixed while out in the hay. So we devised a plan to save time as we can, and we developed a special signaling code. I'd signal from afar. She'd hop in a car, bringing parts and tools down the dirt road.
I forgot her birthday and our anniversary.
Both of them?
Spent all of our money buying stuff for me like tack and hunting licenses. Told her I was sorry.
Nothing wrong with that.
But what could I say? Yeah. She loves me anyway.
Well, it worked real good, as I knew it would, till one day my swather broke down. And I signaled to her that damage occurred, and I'd be needing some parts from town. Well, she understood well what I was trying to tell. I made it clear with no ifs, ands, or buts. I needed sections and rivets, a belt without divots, and a handful of shear bolts and nuts.
I know that one.
Yeah. And at last I requires a new set of pliers. So I used the appropriate signal and stance. But the answer directed I hadn't expected. She grabs her chest and the seat of her pants. Well, my message was good. She must have misunderstood. So I sent off the message once again. And she replied once more, and I was quite sore when her answer came back exactly the same. Well, what's that mean? That one I've never seen. Let's give this correspondence one last shot now. It's real easy, dear. Bring the pliers here. You know, but a chest grab and a butt slap is all I got. Well, I was smoking mad, and I wasn't very glad as I set out through the hay to the yard. I'll get them myself. They're just on the shelf. That message wasn't all that hard. Well, I arrived in a huff, and I says loud enough, I meant bring the pliers for the love of Pete. Well, I know, she said, you darn bonehead. I was telling you, there's a pair under the seat.
Is it my cowboy charm? The muscles in my arms? Or the way that I look in my old holy BVD?
I've seen you in your BVDs, that ain't it.
Is it the jokes I tell? The way I scream and I yell? When she tries to watch one of her sappy, girly DVDs like Pretty Woman or How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Dear John,
The Notebook.
The Vow.
Anything with Channing Tatum.
Oh,
Matthew McConaughey.
I hate those pretty boys.
Your eyes just lit up. Now that guy right there is way better looking
Now
than Channing
quit it.
Tatum, I'll tell you.
You just settle down, sister.
I didn't make the bed. Left the seat up, you know where.
That's where it belongs.
I drank all of the OJ. Went all day without combing my hair.
That's what hats are for, Brenn.
And last night I fell asleep. I thought I heard her say, I love you. Anyway, hey, honey, I still love you. And I think Jackie still loves you too, baby. Anyway.